Good evening everybody, and tonight we're very glad to welcome across for the interview Jordan Gough. Good evening Jordan.
Good evening.
Good to have you with us.
No problem.
Jordan, you've recently clocked up 50 appearances for Tamworth, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But what I think the viewers would like to know is where your football career really started.
I probably started mainly in schools, playing in school, and then turning 16 I joined Derby for a year. It'll probably go into one of the other questions, but I played in a totally different position then. So yeah, I did a year at Derby, and then I went to play locally at a team called Stapenhill in men's football. So I turned men's football at the age of 16, 17. And then from there I went on, we did quite well and won the Leicester Senior League, I think it was. And then I was spotted by Gresley Rovers at the time. So finishing that season I joined Gresley, and over the course of about a year and a half I got put more into a left back position, more as a cover at the time because we had an injury there. So I got dropped in there and did well, and it just sort of one of them things where I got stuck there and ended up doing really well. Won back-to-back promotions, and then I caught the eye of Mr. Bignett when he come to watch Michael Nottingham. Actually, his scout came to watch him, and he took me with him as well. So we both signed from Gresley to Solihull, and then it sort of kick-started my career in around these sort of levels. And then obviously from Solihull we went on and eventually got promoted after a few years, and then I bounced around a few clubs over the past couple of years. So I've been to obviously Telford, Boston, Chester, and then obviously back here. So yeah, sort of now I feel more settled here than I have done the past couple of seasons. I don't think I really settled after Solihull. So
Really?
no.
And you live Burton-on-Trent area, is it?
It's towards Uttoxeter, so yeah, not too far away there.
Yeah, so you know the geographical location of this club suits.
Yeah, it's
really
ideal
well
for me.
Now, many fans say that one of the few good things that former manager Dennis Green did was to sign you. And clearly you've become a fan's favourite, like I say, 50 odd appearances now. But did you know Dennis before? Was he the reason you came? Did you know Dennis before you signed for Tamworth?
I only know him to play against. I didn't know him at all. So
really? You played against him?
Yeah, when he was at Boston as manager.
I see.
Obviously, when we were at Solihull, we played against him numerous times, and he had quite a good side at the time. So yeah, that's the only thing I knew of him. And then obviously 7 days got put in when I was at Boston, and it was perfect timing really, because with having a kid and family commitments I wanted something closer as well. So I didn't really get much game time, to be fair, at the start for Boston. We had a competitive squad, and at the time the manager preferred the other lads, so it worked. Perfect timing really.
Okay. Now, you mentioned about your positions and you ended up going further and further back in the team when you were a little younger, and you found yourself at left back, and that's kind of where you've been moulded into a left back. But am I right in thinking you were a striker at one point?
Yeah, I was a striker literally until, like I say, till I was around 19, 20 I think. And then I started playing left midfield as well, so, and then eventually, as I said, I got covered as a left back.
So it shouldn't really be a surprise to us Tammies that you pop up with the odd goal like you did a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I was due a goal really at 50 appearances. So.
It's pretty poor really, wasn't it? It's 1 in 50, is it?
2 in 50, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so no, I've been trying to get forward more, and even if it's creating more or getting on the score sheet, that's the aim really. And with Andy and Smudge, I feel like I'm going to get more chances to do that as well.
Yeah, well I think, obviously it depends on the setup of the team. Under Dennis, well, your first part of your Tamworth career, it was quite a rigid 4-4-2, and you were not really going over the halfway line, were you? But a little bit different this season.
Yeah, I mean, he loves the fullbacks to get involved and get forward and obviously help the team create chances and score goals. So it suits me a lot more because I'm used to getting up and down. I used to play wing back as well. So yeah, it suits me, and we've got a good enough side to be capable of our fullbacks going high.
Okay. Another thing that fascinates me watching you play, Jordan, is that you're a very quiet person. I know you're off the pitch, so I know that you're quiet anyway, but you're not one of these that rants and raves a lot on the pitch. You just go about your job. But it takes all sorts, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to go about it more quietly and have a different approach to some players. I mean, some players like to be loud and so you can hear them. I just like to give information nearby or quiet, just in general talking. But I will have the odd moan if obviously I feel like it's needed. But generally I'm pretty chilled. So.
And a very consistent performer as well. It's fair to say we rate it out of 10, you're a 6 or 7 every week, with the odds standout as well. So obviously, like I say, you're a fan's favourite, and I'm sure you're aware of that. What's been the highlight? I mean, you've been at a number of clubs now, and arguably some bigger clubs than Tamworth as well. But what's been the highlight of your career so far?
Obviously, winning leagues is a great feeling. To win the North was a big achievement. We had a really good squad at Solihull, so and then obviously to get into the conference is a great league to go and play in, and that feeling of getting your name on your shirt and stuff like that. So, but cup runs, like we reached the second round of the FA Cup as well, so that was a massive achievement personally. Obviously wanted to get to the next round. To try and host a big club, but no, second rounds I would say, and obviously winning leagues for me.
Okay. Now that we're top of the league, top of the table, do you think that actually puts more pressure on the squad, or you personally, or less?
I think obviously with the way last year went, it was disappointing really, but I think we've had a second season syndrome of the opposite effect, where we've gone on and done really well, started well, and I think the pressure's good. It's keeping everyone on their toes, and with our squad, I think the team's sort of thriving off it really.
And how about you personally?
I mean, I prefer like obviously the bigger crowds, the more people watching, and like the more pressure on the game, because I think you get more out of it. Me personally. I think you've performed better as a person as well. Yeah,
most players do tend to say that, in all fairness.
Yeah.
I guess, there's all sorts of personalities in the dressing room, and it affects some people different to others.
Yeah, I think it's just obviously with age, it helps you a lot more. You're used to it, and if you've won leagues and played in big pressure games, then I think you get more used to it. So you sort of take the pressure off the young lads, hopefully.
Are you 28?
9.
You'd rather take 28.
I'd take 28, yeah.
So one of the older players, I guess, the older heads.
Yeah.
So do you have certain responsibilities put on you because of your being more mature?
Not really. It's just obviously set a standard and try and keep a high standard every week, and obviously give information and advice to the younger lads. Really.
Yeah.
Obviously on the pitch you just aim to compete and do well, so that's it really.
Well, speaking of standards, I know the club and the management obviously want to uphold certain standards, and you guys have got a fine system in place, haven't you? So tell us who gets fined the most, Jordan, and what for?
Obviously Joe is always late, so I think Joe Magunda. I think Reese is late quite a lot. But general stuff in the changing rooms, I'd say Dan Creaney's got a few fines. Clemo always comes up having to pay a fine at some point, so.
I had a feeling he would.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that one. Who would be the messiest person in the changing rooms?
I don't know, because when the state of the changing room when you come out of it, it's always a mess. So I think we're all guilty of that in some parts, and I feel sorry for Deggs and Buster really, but they're top men. So
and Paul, of course, has to go on.
Paul goes in after us. Yeah.
Okay. Who's the most talented player do you feel that we've got at Tamworth?
Talented, I think obviously Tyrell is one of them. He's got massive like talent. I think people like the young lads like Clemo, who's got great feet. You can see technically he's a good player. And then obviously your Bez. You got Reese, who's good. He does a lot for us going forward. We've got quite a lot really that I would say that are talented players, and we've got quite an experienced side who are all good players as well.
So not really prepared to single any individual out. It's more the case that we've got a talented bunch.
Even Billow's very talented as well. So it's hard to say. I think we've got really good technical players, and we've got really good, obviously, players who do the other side of the game as well. So, but Ty's got everything if he wants it. For me.
Yeah, maybe a frustrating player that sometimes you don't get to deliver all of that in game.
I think this season has shown what type of player he is. He's scoring goals now, so I think just consistency. Same with everything with every player. So if you can just keep being consistent this season, I'm sure people will be looking at him.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you have any pre-match rituals or superstitions?
The only one I've got really is when we go out after the handshake, so I always run to the corner of Jazz's area and I do 3 hops on the line and sort of turn in, and then I sort of not drag my feet, but tap my toes 3 times as well. But that's literally, I don't know why, as I said, it's just one of them things I think I did from a younger age and on a good run, and I've sort of kept with it, and it's just something I've always done.
You're a funny bunch, you footballers. We do hear some strange superstitions and rituals.
It's just something I've stuck with.
Fair enough. Jordan, we really appreciate your time this evening. Thank you very much. And Andrew will be needing to get back out to run around the pitch, so we'd better let you go. Viewers, of course, thank you for watching, and if you're not subscribed to the Lambs Media YouTube channel already, then please do so and spread the word. Thank you.